teaspoons of sugar on top of your frosted already flakes. And that's probably not the best choice that you could make. We're going to be talking this morning with Shelley Loving. She joins us this morning. She is a nutrition chef and author of the book, What's on Your Fork? Easy, Healthy Meals for Everybody. And our visit is presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Shelley, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here with us today. We had this report over the weekend from the Centers for Disease Control about the number of teens. Now 33% of them are considered pre-diabetic and on their way to type 2 diabetes. That's scary enough. But now this new report comes out that links ultra-processed foods to a higher risk of early death. That makes it even more incumbent upon us to eat healthily, and you're here to help us do that.
I am. So ultra-processed foods, if you don't mind, can I share with your audience what it actually is?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay. All right. So I like to use the strawberry as an analogy. So we have the strawberry that grows from the ground. It goes to the produce section at the grocery store, and you buy it. That's a real whole food that's untouched. Then we have a minimally processed strawberry, which would be like a frozen strawberry. So they take the strawberry, they freeze it, they put it in a package, and they put it in the freezer at the grocery store. And then an ultra-processed strawberry would be anything like strawberry jam. They take the strawberries, they break them down, they add flavor enhancers and sugars and preservatives to make it jam. They put it in a jar, and then you buy it off the shelf. So think of ultra-processed foods as anything at the grocery store in any section where it has been altered from its natural state, has added chemicals and things to it before it is put on the shelf. So that is an ultra-processed food. So it's in all sections. It's not just crackers and chips and cookies. It's actually in all of the sections of the grocery store, unfortunately.
And it's not enough for us to just say, well, there's strawberries in there somewhere, aren't there?
Right. That's, I mean, you can play those games with yourself if you want, but it's not going to benefit your health in any way.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when we're teaching our youngsters how to eat, if we're not following through on that, and yes, we do have habits that we need to break that we probably learned when we were kids. But if we're going to be guiding them forward, and we get numbers like this latest report that shows that for every 10%, how did they put that? For every 10% increase in the use of ultra-processed foods, the rate of premature deaths increases by 2.7%. Those are significant numbers.
They really are. And the reason for that is when we're eating these ultra-processed foods, it's not just about the strawberry, right? It's about all of the things that have been added to it, the preservatives, the dyes, the artificial sweeteners, the flavor enhancers, especially things like refined oils and sugars. Those things that we're consuming on a regular basis, although it might be small in your mind when you're just spreading it on a piece of toast, but you're eating these things all the time, and your body gets inflamed on the inside. So chronic inflammation is the root problem for all of these, health conditions today that are coming out with this study. And so if we can lower that chronic inflammation in our body by reducing some of these ultra-processed foods and learning how to read a food label, then your inflammation goes down. And then so you can break the cycle and make the numbers on this study go in the right direction.
It's really interesting that you say that, Shelley, because we've heard this in the last several years, especially about inflammation and inflammation being so very, very bad for us. Mm-hmm. And the root causes of that are what we're putting into our bodies, correct?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's several factors, stress, lack of sleep, toxins in the air, what we're putting on our body, and what we're putting in our body. So all of these things are causing chronic inflammation. And the sad thing is we can't see chronic inflammation. There's another form of inflammation called acute inflammation, and that's when you break your ankle and it swells up. That's the kind we like. But this chronic inflammation, it is an epidemic, and people don't see it, so therefore they don't address it until we start getting the signs. We start getting sick, we start getting symptoms, and then it turns into the big things like chronic health conditions and disease. So by tackling the inflammation at the beginning and having it top of mind when we're consuming foods, it will really help our body do what it needs to do. It can't fight inflammation and fight disease. So I would rather my body fight off disease than have to always fight inflammation.
Yeah. So, Shelley, you wrote this book, What's on Your Fork? Easy, Healthy Meals for Everybody. I would
did.
guess moms and dads really should get their hands on this, right?
Yeah, and it's just easy meals. Like it's just how to get a meal on the table that you know is anti-inflammatory. And they also wanted to make sure they taste good. So I promise you, if you hear this conversation right now, follow me on social media. My recipes are delicious. They're not just healthy. So I try to do both.
So put me at the breakfast table this morning. What should I have had rather than the cereal that I had?
Well, there's limitless options, but I can tell you what I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I had half of a baked sweet potato, and I put a little bit of ghee on it, which is clarified butter. And then I had a half an avocado, and I had 3 scrambled eggs.
Wow, that's a lot of protein.
Yeah, it's a lot. I try to get a lot of protein in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You also want to make sure you get healthy fat and fiber, and so I got both of those as well.
Yeah. So tell me about liquids, because what we're drinking is a part of this equation too, right?
It really is. So the biggest culprit with drinks is going to be artificial sweeteners. So if you think of diet sodas or any of those sugary drinks that say they're sugar-free,
Mm-hmm.
they have artificial sweeteners in them, and they are detrimental to our health. As a matter of fact, the World Health Organization, about 6-8 months ago, deemed aspartame, which is like the most popular artificial sweetener, a carcinogen, meaning it causes cancer. So the drinks are just as important as the food. We really need to be reading those ingredient lists on these, especially these energy drinks. They make me sick to think these kids are drinking them.
Uh-huh.
They're so dangerous, and they're not healthy. They have a bunch of junk in them, including artificial sweeteners.
Our youngest children are drinking a lot of fruit juices.
Yeah, they are. I'm not a big fan. I don't mind a natural squeezed, orange juice every now and then or something, but the fruit juice isn't an alternative to sodas, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what should we be drinking? What are the things that we should make sure that we're getting into our children?
Hydration. We need water. Start them young. Get them their favorite water cup. I have a friend that has teenagers, and they are all about the water cup. So spend the $30, get the cute cup if it means they'll drink their water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we're out in the car, though, we see the drive-through, and we say, well, that's a short stop, and I can zip right through there. It'll keep them quiet in the back seat, and they can have a nugget or so, and off I can go and get done what needs to be done, and they'll be occupied, and they'll be happy, and they get a toy with it, too.
Yeah, it's a temporary fix to a long-term situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a temporary fix. It's and it will catch up with people. It will absolutely catch up. So giving them nuggets on a Tuesday in July of 2025 isn't going to affect them in July of 2025. It's the habits that we stack on top of it, on habits on top of habits that add up, and when they get older, and that's, learning disabilities and ADD and diabetes and weight gain and all of these things they're so easily avoidable if we just put a little more effort and time into creating healthier meals for our kids.
So when you write the book, What's on Your Fork? Easy, Healthy Meals for Everybody, you really mean for everybody, and we can actually get the kids into the kitchen with us to help prepare some of these meals?
Yes, I love to hear when parents get their kids in the kitchen as early as possible. Get the stool, let them stand up there, put, even if they just put grapes in a Ziploc bag, like it just empowers them and makes them more willing and eager to eat what they've created. So, make it a habit and get the kids in the kitchen and give them some responsibility in there.
All right. So how are we going to get our hands on this book?
Oh, so you can find the book on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com.
Mm-hmm. Where do we learn more about Shelley Loving?
Yeah, so Shelley Loving is everywhere. Shelley Can Help. So that's my website, and that's me on every social platform, ShelleyCanHelp.com.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us today to
Absolutely.
of press our reset button, if you will.
It's my honor. I'm just privileged to have a platform like yours to be able to spread my message to help people really gain control of their health again.
Well, we appreciate it. She is a nutrition chef. She is the author of the book, What's on Your Fork? Easy, Healthy Meals for Everybody. Shelley Loving. Have a wonderful day today.
Hey, you do the same. Thanks again.
All righty. There it is. It's Indiana in the Morning on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. See, that did not sound difficult at all, did it? To do what Shelley is saying to do, to eliminate those things in your life that are causing inflammation, especially as she emphasized, but just, to eat a healthier lifestyle. And she can help you do that with her book, What's on Your Fork? Shelley Loving is the author. It's Indiana in the Morning, and it's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.